Hello, hello? Can people hear me? Sorry about the delay. I had to restart my computer. Of course, it happened right before the stream. Okay, right, so today I wanted to go over some of the prompt entanglement stuff that my video is going to cover. Do a little bit more exploration, maybe take some requests from viewers for things they want to see. So, if you have some ideas, just have them ready. I do, EG. I do remember you. So I went over my setup, I think last week, but it's very quick, so I would like to show it again. I don't currently have Star Tab active anyway, so I need to do that again to get it. So yeah, I'm not getting any invalid slots. And I would like to play around with those some today. Lag. Let me... Okay, it seems like you guys might be getting a little bit of buffering. So hopefully that'll fix itself in the next, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll try to do something about that. There we go. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. It's early for me. I know that some of you are probably... Can you hear me? Hello. Seems like it's still doing some spinning. I will try one other thing. 1 second. Okay, still lagging a bit, but I can see you're in the Shrine of Resurrection. Can you hear me okay? Yes, Lucamine fixed it. Thank you, Lucamine. Okay, alright, well, if I need to try one more thing, I have one possible other idea I can give a shot. Yeah, okay, so, well, it might be freezing. It's not clear, but it looks like it's maybe better. I just started a new game, so I'm here in the Shrine of Resurrection still. I haven't done anything other than mesh, so we'll get started here. It's not freezing. That's good news. It's still buffering.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
It's lagging again. Try, why is it... Hope it's not my internet provider. Let me try one last thing. Okay, all good. It's freezing my voice. It's got to be my internet then. I don't see any other explanation. Oh boy. It's definitely... It's not Task Manager. It just restarted. Something to do with internet. Variance buffering. I'm going to continue through the setup. If I have to do it again at the end, I will do that, but I want to see if anything improves, and if I'm on this same screen, I won't be able to tell. Yeah, I hope it fixes itself, too. It's pretty frustrating. Maybe they're doing some maintenance or something. You think it's fixed? Okay, well that would be fantastic. 2 loosamine. Okay, good, I've got 2 saves. I have lag and buffering. Let me try, like, loading a video to see if, on my end, I get badness. Okay, that's loading okay. Okay, that's interesting. You can eat the Master Sword, it just takes a lot of eats because you... it takes a lot to chomp it many, many times. Okay, let me continue through the setup, to hopefully give it a chance to sort of figure itself out. Otherwise, I might have to try toggling my streaming software one more time. Because my internet seems okay, so... There are things that could be that are dwindling at this point. Okay, right, so I need to drop some of this. Okay. I'm just going through the IST slot setup.
Yeah.
It shows him dropping it, so I bet you could eat it. You can definitely eat it. Yeah, I came to sell some stuff. Seems like it might be improving slightly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. That's the thing that's bugging me. There's my IST slot. I have to load this one. Still buffering. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, you can hear me okay. Is my voice cutting out at all? Or is it fairly stable? It's a bit better. Okay. Alright, well, the internet may have sorted itself out. Somewhat fixed. It is better. Okay, alright, well... It's okay, so some of you say it's working. I will... Yeah, and it does appear that it is improving slowly. 10 FPS, but no buffering. That's something. Definitely something. There's less buffering. Okay, it's definitely better. Okay, it's smooth now. Alright, well, with luck, that will maintain itself. And I need to load this one. Yeah, I'm genuinely not sure what happened. I think my internet was just freaking out, and perhaps it had a chance to figure itself out. It just needed to do some soul searching, you know? You know, it's definitely on, like, on my end, it was saying, like, oh yeah, it's not getting
Take
enough video to maintain
It will
smooth
help
streaming.
guide you after your
Viewers might
long
experience
slumber.
buffering, etc., etc. So that seems improved. Beyond El Duende's internet, yes. A, accept the lag, or B, try to fix the issue, or C, delay the stream to tomorrow or next week. I don't know if I can delay till next week. I'll let you know why in a little bit. Splatoon 3. Buffering is creeping back. Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder if... See, I'm not sure if it's my internet or something to do with OBS. Let me do a poll and ask how people are experiencing. Yeah, here we go. Is the stream working for you? Question mark. Yes, no. Blink. There. Yeah, you can eat it. It's just, it's annoying and takes forever. 65% are saying no, 61%. So it's still crappy. Interesting. If this continues, I'm probably going to reschedule for like after my premiere, because I don't want you guys to have a awful viewing experience. There's little point. Stable frame rate, but buffering. Nice. I'm still getting like 64% of my frames dropped according to my OBS. Okay, how frustrating. Alright, hi Drowsy. What would you recommend? I've got mine set, like, to 2300 now. Which is half of what it was before. I'm not sure if it's an internet thing. The thing is, I'm getting, like, 65% of my frames dropped on my source, like, from OBS, so... I don't know if it's something to do with my machine. And... yeah, I just do a full restart of PC and try again. Usually works for me when stuff like this happens. That's... yeah, I think I need to reschedule, so, because it's going to take me a little bit of time to, like, test out and figure out what this is, and I don't want you guys to be chilling here listening to choppy my voice, so, you haven't had any buffering yet, Crystal? So you're saying, okay, let me just try for another 5 minutes and see if it may have improved itself. I suspect it's not going to have, and I'll have to reschedule for later there. Oh, there it is. Yep. according to my streaming software, I'm still getting like 65% of my... So that clearly isn't good. Yeah, let me do one more poll. Choppy still, question mark. That fixed it somewhat. Frame. It's much better. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's much better until your buffering catches up is the problem. It might have received enough data to give you... It's still like dropping 1/3 of the frames on my end. Bitrate was too high. Maybe. Sounds less choppy. Okay. Maybe. Only took 40 minutes. I'm gonna walk in circles around this table. Okay. Still says it's dropping like 10 frames every time it ticks, which is, I think, like 1/6 to 1/3. Okay, most people say it's not choppy. Just small blips, though. Frame still low, but no freezing yet. Okay, people say the stream is fine, so maybe I'll continue. Alright, still worrisome that it's dropping so many frames. Like, every time that ticks... Yeah, it's like 20 frames per thing that it drops, which is like... 1/3, right? Buffering is gone, yeah, but frame rate is bonkers. See, that's the thing that's confusing many frames. If I stand totally still, it's fine. But as soon as I do anything crazy in the menu, you're not going to be able to see it. Yeah, I am tempted to... I think I'm tempted to try again later, once I've sorted this out. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a... Restart your game capture source. I did. Let me try that one more time. But it's like, the thing is, you're getting my voice cut out. Is that... I guess it's fine until... I can live with that. It's not going to be usable IDOS, because if I try to show anything in the menu, it's going to be zany. Like, you won't be able to see it. I'm still getting a huge amount of dropped frames. What in the heck? I wonder if I just need to, like, restart my machine and let it rest a little bit before... Just lowering my bitrate some more, see if that helps at all. I don't think that would make it drop so many frames, though, so something's up there. Oh, this is such a frustrating thing. I restarted my capture source just now, and it's still dropping like 20 frames per tick. So something's going on there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to reschedule for, like, in 2 hours. Starting at noon, so... Hopefully it will improve by then. I don't think it's just the game capture. Like... When I'm looking at the... Are you saying that the game capture is the only thing bad and my voice is okay? It's still dropping frames like a mofo. I think I need to restart my machine and like give it some time to cool down. Like my graphics card might be choking or something. I'm not really sure. Lusamine fixed it a few times already. Trying to figure out how far behind... See, like... So I lowered the bitrate again to like 1/4 of what I usually use. But it's still... Okay, wait. The frames being dropped went away. Nope, they came back. It's like... It's super inconsistent. If I'm moving... Even then it's not. Maybe it's okay now. Okay, my voice is fine, so you're thinking it's just a capture? Frames are better. It does appear to have improved. Oh, that looks a lot better now. And okay, so my dropped frames have stopped. Okay, it seems healthy again. It may have revived itself. Okay, geez. Alright, well, that blew almost an hour. I'm gonna have to edit that section out at the beginning. Alright, well, okay. Where was I? I just set up, invalid slot. Goodness. Okay. And, so you can see I can do that now. Yeah, the frames definitely got better. I don't know if it's because I lowered my bitrate again, or if it, like, things just sort of woke up and stopped dying. But, my dropped frames have stopped going up every... Yeah, I think it was a CPU thing then. So, do you think that my bitrate was set too high and it was just, like, struggling to keep up or something like that? Yeah, it seems completely fine now. Everything seems good. I don't have anything else running, except for, like, Discord. I guess I can close my other tabs. Let's try that. Lights check Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna shut down Discord. I'm gonna end the poll. I guess we'll just have a shorter stream today, except for this whole long section at the beginning. Alright, well, the bitrate is set a little bit low, but hopefully that's not too bad. Actually gonna try bumping it up just a little bit. I'm not sure if it was the bitrate or something else. This will tell me. So I'm going to play with this, and we'll see if that is a problem in a few minutes. And if it's not, then I might try bumping it up again. Great. Okay, where was I? Welcome to the stream, which we just started totally, and we didn't just go through almost 50 minutes of buffering. So I just did my Star Tab setup. I didn't, unfortunately, get that on stream. Oh, it's dropping frames a little bit. I'm, like, watching it like a hawk right now. Okay. Seems like it might be alright, even like this. So, you know, I just love your information videos. It's my first online with you. Yes, Nancy, I'm sorry for the what appears to be dropping again. So yes, I think I need to set my bitrate lower in order to avoid this. So I will do that. I'm just gonna live with the lower bitrate, and the stream will be happier for it. Yes, okay. So you might get a little bit of choppiness for a second there, but I lowered it back down, so I think that was a problem. Nancy, welcome to the stream. Apologies for the hot mess of this first 45 minutes. It's not normally like that. Yeah, I tried to do one in the morning for people in other time zones occasionally, just to give them a chance to see stuff. So, I just went through a quick setup. I guess I can show it again. Or I'll just describe what I did. It's in my video, so at noon we're going to redirect to sort of a premiere of like my new video, which explains HPE in its entirety. But oh, I lost my autosave. I basically started a new game, went through the beginning cutscene. I picked up the slate, and then I waited just a small amount of time, like 10 seconds, and then went and picked up a piece of armor. At that point, I went over to my main file, so I loaded this file. This is my 100% completion file. You can see the 100% down in the lower left corner. And then I just generated one IST offset slot. After that, I loaded my second autosave twice, which cycled the armor to the right side of the key items, which is not supposed to be where it is. And then I loaded the first autosave, which didn't have armor. So that's sort of the trick, is once you've got your armor or anything else transferred into a file that doesn't have that slot discovered yet, see the tab is like highlighted when I'm over armor, it will sort of set up star tab. That way if you move from the right column quick enough after changing a page, you see the cursor ends up on the star tab. So if you've ever had this happen, that persists through saves. So if I were to load this save again, it would happen again. Yes, Drowsy is here. Everyone say hi to Drowsy. I suspect that changing the stream time might have allowed other people to view it that normally wouldn't have been able to, so. Right, so I've just loaded the file, and you can see I'm still able to do this thing where I get up to the star tab. So, yeah, like I said, the setup is pretty quick. You just start a new game, get an autosave at the beginning, get another autosave after an armor chest, go generate one IST slot, then you load the second autosave twice and the first autosave once. And then there's some light menuing you need to do to activate the star tab. You kind of just finagle around the empty undiscovered tab a bunch. Back out of your menu, hit the right stick, and it pretty much fixes it. So, there's a bunch of stuff we can do with this. I've shown a lot of this in previous streams. I wanted to just dig into the specific activation steps. This is something my video will cover a little later today. So there's two ways to activate a row. And both of them involve being in the columns on one side or the other of the screen. So let's say I was trying to get rid of some Zora armor. You would figure out the row that your target is in, right? And then move a page to the right of it, or you can move 2 pages to the left. And then the reason for that is 3-tab theory. So from 2 pages to the left, 3 pages right of that would be 1 page to the right. So there, if you're not aware, the menu has only 3 tabs. There's this one, there's the one to the left of it, and the one to the right of it. And when you switch tabs like that, what it does is it keeps this one loaded into... So like say this is slot A for weapons, B for arrows and bows, and C for shields. If I'm on this page and I page to the right, this will still be C, bows will still be B, and it will cycle the weapons out and load armor, like his first page of armor, as A. Right, so everything goes in a 3-page cycle. If I go 3 pages to the right, this is still the same one. Right, so I'm on C here. I'm still on C. Everything's just shifted over one and been unloaded and loaded back in. So the thing is, once you've got an invalid slot, and I'll explain how I did that in a second, right, this is still technically the same item because it's not aware that it had to load something new. Your cursor's not supposed to be here. So you can see it still says opal earrings. Now I can update that, and it says goat butter. But even if I go back to the opal earrings, it'll still say goat butter. So this is kind of what's going on with prompt entanglement. Once you get your cursor off of the main screen, the game doesn't know to update it when you page like it normally should. So you're able to carry a prompt from one item many pages over to the right or left. So like I said, we start with our target. We go a page to the right or 2 to the left. I like going 1 to the right. Yeah, prompt entanglement has flown under a bunch of people's radar, but it is insanely powerful, like absurdly so. My video has do anything on it. I'm not speaking that's not a metaphor really. I mean, there's it's not like you can literally do everything, but any action you can take in game, you can carry from one item to another. So you can kind of just do some weird stuff with that. It's extremely powerful. Anyway, so I go 1 to the right, and then you need to go 1 row down, and I'll explain. You can't do that if you're already on row 4, but there is a way to get that row. Then you go to either the first column or the second column. If you're on the first column, the goal is to page, and as it does that, the 2 cursors get disconnected. And by that I mean the arrows and that little aura. So if you're quick enough, when you change pages, if you hit D-pad up, it will snap the arrows up to the star and leave the aura somewhere else. So here's that in action. You see that? Let me show it one more time. So did you see, like, the aura went from the pants to that stealth chest guard and then faded, and the arrows went straight to the star? Yeah, I don't have any bots, unfortunately. So that's kind of the crux of how all prompt entanglement works. And then the different activation methods are just how you get that disconnect, right? So star tab lets you move to the star tab, but only the arrows can move there. The aura doesn't initially, and then that adds that disconnect, and you can use that to do other stuff. Arrows, you kind of move to the right one page, and then you can hit D-pad down, and it does some weird stuff. The undiscovered slot stuff is similar. It's kind of like, oh yes, you end up on that undiscovered tab, and your arrows tend to snap up to the star on you. And then there's also null tab, which is when you don't have the star tab itself discovered, then you're able to wrap around easily to the weapon tab. So there's weird stuff. The moderators probably aren't available right now. It's a little early for them. I might need to extend the group at some point soon. Okay. So you can see it snaps up. So if I'm on this tab, I page left, right, by moving one slot over with D-pad. Then I move up, and if I move quick enough, that will disconnect my arrows up to the star tab. Then I use the right stick to page right, and because I'm disconnected, right, that will leave an invalid slot behind on the stealth chest card. And then if I move left with D-pad, it will snap over to that, because if you have an invalid slot and move toward it, you snap to it. So that looks like this. If I want to do it from row 4, so I can get row 3, you can kind of see the snapping action that I'm talking about, right? There's two snaps. The first is to get up to the star, and the second is to page over to the slot that created. And now that I'm sitting on it here, it's solidified, right? It'll stay that way. The second activation method is similar, but you start from column 5. So I page left with right stick, then I D-pad move up, and then from there it's the same, right? I've snapped up, I page right, and then D-pad left quick enough, it'll snap to that slot. So, right? So from there, or... Now, the reason there's two of them, this is a good one to start with, because it's usually very compact and quick. But if you do this, and move that way, right? If there's any invalid slot in the columns to the left in this row, your cursor will snap to one of those and destroy that slot as you create the new one. So if you want to actually activate multiple slots at once, which is not something that my guide really covers, because it's pretty advanced usage, that will require you to use the other setup, right? So if you come from here, if I right stick left, my cursor never is moved with D-pad toward any of these cells. So as long as I'm not trying to preserve this cell itself, these ones will all keep their slots. So I'll demonstrate that in this row. Sorry, I need to activate from below. Right, so I have this one, and I'll explain this move in a second. Right, so if I come back here now, and I do that secondary activation... sorry, I need to do this one. You can see now I've got 2 columns activated. And what's more, if I want to move it over to the left a little bit, I can do that. Right, I can say, oh no, I want 1 and 3 instead of 1 and 5. So this one will be preserved. If I do this instead, though, if I... So that one's fine because I didn't move toward it. But if I move it this way... Oh, I did not destroy them there. So let me try one more time. I'm, like, having trouble destroying the slot. Oh, I'm sorry. The D-pad left move would destroy stuff in the 4th row, but not this row. For the same reason that creating slots works, right? You've got an invalid slot here. If there's one to the left, it'll snap toward that and destroy it. And it might even screw up your setup for this one. So that's why there's 2 setups. Remember, D-pad left up, right stick right, D-pad left. Or the same thing, and you just swap the first input as a right stick left from this column. Right, so now you've got column 5 activated. We usually call this activating a row. So here's row 1. here's the alternate for row 1. Row 2 looks like this. And then row 2 looks like this. If you do it from the other side. I'll do 3 again. Now that's fine for all these rows, but if I want to activate row 4, I can't move up to row 4. But it turns out if you activate row 3, you can get something similar. So from there, you move to the right, and then down to row 4, and then we're going to do D-pad right, left, left, right. And then you just mirror that on the other side. So you can see I'm able to activate this this column as well. Once you've got your 5th column activated for any particular row, the way to get the other columns is fairly simple. And it's the same for all the columns at this point. So you page left twice, or you page right once. And either one will move your slot to the far right. See, it's over in Inventory tab C from that naming convention we had earlier. I tend to prefer going 2 to the left, just because this keeps the Zora armor directly in the page that I'm in. From there, there's 2 different moves for the different columns. If you're targeting any of these middle columns, what you can do is start from its left. So say I'm targeting column 4. You start 1 column to the left. I'm not going to do the action because it'll destroy the slot. You page right with stick, right? And you D-pad right. Now remember, we've currently got an invalid slot in tab C on this cell. So when I move from here to here, the arrows will snap to this slot, and the cursor will stay here, generating an invalid slot here. Then we page left with stick, and move again toward it. It's very similar to the move that you use to activate a row. Right? So from here, you page into the page you're trying to create the slot on, move toward an invalid slot, which moves the arrows off of it onto the invalid slot and creates an invalid slot here. Then you page away, back to this page, and move toward the slot that you just created, which is another D-pad move to the right, and it'll snap you to that other page. So let's see that in action. We can do that again. Oh, it doesn't work the second time because the slot has been... I might have also just deleted my slot. Let me check. Yep. Okay, we'll activate the row again. So I've got an invalid slot here. There. Now, it turns out you can move this left pretty easily. So let's say I was like, oh no, I actually wanted column 3. You can do the same inputs starting from column 2. And it's able to do that because there was one in column 4, so it kind of snapped to it and destroyed it. If I wanted to create column 2 from here, I could do that as well. Same thing. So you're able to basically move that to the left pretty easily. If I wanted to do column 1, that one's pretty easy. You move with your D-pad left until you get to the 5th column. Usually that's just one tap, but if there's other columns that you've created, you might have to move through them. From here, you're going to do D-pad right. Left, left, right. So the first D-pad move will snap to your invalid slot on this page to the right, and then leave your invalid slot on the, say, Zora helm, in this case. Your second D-pad move to the left pages everything back to the left, and then you move one more to the left so you can move to the right toward the thing. If you don't move that second time to the left, it'll just swap the page around. Right? So starting from this column, you would do these inputs. That's it. So you move the page to the right, move toward the thing, move the page back to the left, and then move toward the thing again. And with just an extra left input to, like, facilitate that right-hand move. That's how all the moves are. So if you wanted to try experimenting and discovering your own, that's the basic principle. I know it's kind of hard to understand from my description. This whole thing is a little brain twisty, but that looks like this. So you can see I've activated Snow Quill Trousers by snapping to whatever else I had. But now it's on, like, the Zora helm. Once you have a cell activated, you just do an RL, or even an LR. That will force the game to update the prompt onto whatever you have in your cursor. And then if you want to do something with this prompt, right? In this case, the Zora helm is equipable, so I can equip it. And you can see what happened there is I used my equip prompt from the Zora helm to equip my Goron Spice, but at the same time my helmet got equipped in-game, but not in the menu. So this is the desync you can do with this. Keynock is back. It's really hard to understand unless you've played with it, right? If you try using it a little bit, it makes a whole lot more sense. Until then, you're kind of just flying like blind with watching other people do it. It's cool, but you're like, I have no idea how it's working. So it's interesting to be able to do that. I'm gonna put my mask back on. So if I do the same inputs again, so I said I wanted to eat my Zora armor, right? So generally, if you get your slot over the thing you want to act on, then you can go over and acquire a prompt from somewhere. So in this case, I want to eat it. I need to get either food or an edible material. And we can move in groups of 3. Looks like rock salt is not going to be edible. Neither is that tooth. Here's some food, though. So once you've got your cursor moved over, your invalid cursor moved over to a page with stuff you want, you activate it. Now I've got the food. And now I've moved back so that the cursor is over the thing I want to operate on. You don't actually have to move to the left of it. It's currently in the left side of the screen here. I can go from here, or I can go from here. It's just easier to show people if you have it facing to the right, because they can see what the cursor's acting on. It's a little bit less invisible than if it's on the left-hand side. You still have to do that to show them, but it's generally helpful. Like I said, though, you don't have to go all the way over here, right? There's a lot of setups where you just go back and forth one page and can't even see what you're operating on, because you know where the cursor is, you know what's going to happen. Okay, in this case, I can eat, and then that armor's gone. So it is actually legitimately gone by pause and unpause. It's gone from the menu. There's nothing here anymore. So this is kind of a way you can use to set up a WMC file that's an alternative to the setup I showed in my video a couple of videos back. You could spend time setting up, so like, let's say I want to get these last 2 armor. There I've got the thing. Get some food. And I think here I should have it, yep. So we'll eat. Now I'm going to activate a different column. And we've established you can go to the left if you want very easily. So I've eaten the last 2 items. There's no more Zora armor, right? I could eat the champion tunic. I could eat the thunder helm. You can eat almost anything. You can literally eat anything. It just takes a long time sometimes. So if I wanted to eat all this stuff, you know, I'd have to activate 23 cells and eat it. But it's good if you've got like dupes. This one I would have to eat 459 times. So it's not necessarily the fastest way to get rid of things. There's a bunch you can do with this though. So I'm not necessarily going to want to show everything. But like, let's say I wanted to drop the Master Sword. So we activate the first row. Now, I don't have space to the left of this to activate that way, so I'll go instead to the right. Like I said, you can do that. And we'll do the inputs for column 1. Right? And then, so I've got the Master Sword targeted. But from here, I need to go acquire something that I can use to drop it. Silent Shroom. Looks like it should work. So as a reminder, this has a eat and a hold prompt. So I could eat the Master Sword, which would reduce its durability by 1, which is a very slow way to get rid of it. Or I can hold it, which drops it on the ground. So we'll do a hold. But I need to actually go over to the sword. So I'm holding it. If I were to hold additional copies, I would drop a 0 durability version of that weapon on the ground each time I hit A. If I did that 10 times, I would still get my original weapon. If I did it more than that, I would lose the original. So I'm not going to hit it. I'll just hit it once. That drops the sword on the ground. So if you need to reorder stuff for weapon modifier corruption, or you know, you just want to carry this into the Eventide challenge, say, that's how you can do that. The thing is, if it's equipped, So there's a lot of stuff that happens with this that's hard to understand, and like you need to do some extensive testing. But if it is equipped in-game before you pause, right, and you try to drop it now, it will return to the forest. Yeah. You should avoid saving on your casual file if you eat and get rid of stuff. That is definitely true. So, like I said, if this is equipped and then I enter the menu, if I were to drop it that way now, it would return to the forest. And you might say, oh, then just unequip it. That doesn't work either. Because I entered the menu with this thing equipped, you still can lose things if you're not careful. Similarly, let's say it's not equipped in the world, and then I equip it in the menu. I can drop it safely here. It won't matter. So we'll acquire a prompt here. See? Dropped fine. The thing is, when you do stuff like unequip it in the menu, like, sorry, so it's here, and then I equip it, right? That action causes me to drop a 0 durability version of it upon exiting the menu, but it will not return to forest because it wasn't equipped on my back. So you can also do weapon desync. So if I had one of these equipped, and then say I were to equip this one, but use a different cell to do that, I've just desynced, right? So in menu, this one is still equipped, but out inside the game, this one is equipped. If I were to leave and come back in, you can see I've actually durability transferred onto my Savage Lionel bow from my Royal bow. So it has more durability now. This is a quick way to do durability transfer. You can also do something where you unequip something. I've been calling this phantom weapons. Right, so it's equipped in menu, but not in game. Say I do this instead, though, the other way. Now it's equipped in game, but not in menu. It turns out if I come out here, I can use this bow until it explodes, and I will not lose this one. So I'll just fire a couple arrows. 20 or so, there we go. It's still shiny because I'm not equipped with this bow. I have no bow equipped as far as the game is concerned. So there's a bunch you can do with this. I go over this in depth in my guide, so we'll see that in a couple hours when the stream ends. But you can use it to desync and do a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans. So I do want to show some stuff with the armor, and I'm going to do the ultimate meal cooking too. Basically, once you learn how to activate a column, and then from there generalize to like... Sorry, activate a row and then generalize to get any column in that row, you can pretty much do anything. Using menu overload. Yeah, it doesn't actually return to the forest. I'll go ahead and drop it right now. I'll just show you the animation. I guess that would be interesting. So, have it equipped before entering the menu. Activate the row. Activate the column. Go acquire a prompt to use on it. Use the prompt on it. There you go. Master Sword is returned to the forest. It's out of my inventory. I've lost it. It's gone. Oh, hello, Duckfish. Thank you again for your generosity. Yeah, you have to be careful, like, playing around with the Master Sword. Everything you do is from when you enter the menu, right? And then you can do some stuff to change that state after entering here. Like, if I equip something and sort or whatever, unequip it, like, you can end up getting undesired effects. You also have to be careful, like, I don't know if you've tried anything with memory overload desync, but when you have your two weapons desynced, you frequently will, so let's say I were to equip this one. Right, so I've got a desync here where this is equipped in menu, and this is equipped in game. Right? And then if I exit and I'm like, oh wait, I want to drop this one. Well, I've just overwritten it with the Mighty Lionel Crusher. So generally speaking, when you're desynced, it's good to toggle your equip status back to normal before you continue to do anything else, because it's very easy to do something like that and really regret it. Like, if I'd done that to my Master Sword, it would have deleted the Master Sword too. Although it's a little harder to drop that. So just be aware of that. Be careful when you're doing menu desync. I I did not come here to talk to you. I came here to talk to a man about some dye. Eat works the same way on a material prompt as it does on food. So they're interchangeable, and there's just different positions for them. So if you have... Remember, everything has to be within groups of 3. So if you don't happen to have food 3 pages to the right of something, but you do have some edible materials, you might be able to use those.
Sure.
I'm going to go ahead and dye my clothing gray, because it is the largest life value. In fact, let me go back to that page. If you're not aware, clothing, armor, has a value of 0 by default, I think. And then each of these is 1 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if I dye it 15, I'm really setting its value of life to 15. And then if I eat that, you'll see that in action. Prob can now a star prompt, but I don't know, it would be weird. Anything you can do with memory overload, with respect to, like, anything involving desync, you can do with this method. It's pretty crazy. You can use the ultimate recipe and K9C at the same time, yeah. Once you have this active, it doesn't... Oh, right. You notice I switched armor during that cutscene. So what happened was I forgot I had desynced. Right, so this is actually equipped. This is really equipped. But I guess... this one was equipped in menu, and that's the one it uses for dyeing. So we have rubber armor. Alright, so what I wanted to show with this is if I eat it... So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we need to go acquire a prompt for something. I need to not move so slowly. Okay, can I eat this one? Yes, okay, I'm able to eat Tabantha wheat, so I don't need to use food for this one. Okay, I'm just counting the slots. So if I eat... You'll notice it's a different color now, right? Okay, I need to unequip this. I'm going to equip it, but not. Nope, I want to do it the other way. Here we go. So I'm going to use the prompt from this royal bow to unequip that armor, but leave it equipped in-game. Right, so now I'll be able to equip it from in menu. But you can see it's brown now, the shoulders. There we go. Now it's light yellow. Didn't mean to eat that. I just ate the pants that were in that slot. Hilarious. Okay, now it's crimson. Now it's pink. Orange. You can see I'm cycling through. If I got all the way down to red, it would, you'd basically be able to, sorry, to blue, it would eat and then destroy it that last time. Generally it's faster just to sell, like, armor. But it's interesting, like, if you ever wanted to change its dye, you can do that. You can lower the value just by doing that. One other quick way to get rid of it, say I've got this dyed armor here and I want to just reset it to factory defaults. I can go entangle from a material or a weapon. And then if I hold, or in the weapon's case, drop it, you can see it's reset to factory defaults. This is actually the default color for this. Like I said, you can also do that by dropping a piece of gear. So if I activate again, So I will drop this bow. Oh, I actually... Yeah, so I just deleted the bow. That's another thing you have to be careful for. That bow no longer exists because I didn't have it equipped in-game, and I was desynced. But if I get it this way... There we go. Let's drop this armor. That doesn't actually drop it. It just resets its status to normal. So if you want to reset your armor, that's a quick way to do it. Put these back together. What else? So I just showed drop holding. This is actually how you do the cooking. So we can do that. In my case, I have 3 food tabs. Right? I've got 3 material tabs. And I also have 3 weapon tabs. And I have a lot of different weapons. So, generally speaking, you're limited by which weapons you have. Like, I can't activate a cell from here. If I were to... So, let's say I attempted to entangle that prompt. Right? I can activate it all I want, but there's nothing in that cell. Right? So, I will not be able to use this prompt on another thing. So, I can't use it on these stealth tights. I can't use it on this Hylian shroom. I can't use it on this sizzlefin trout. I can't use it on these wings. I can't use it with or on this food, etc. Right? So you have to be aware that things are like in cycles of 3. If there's not something there, you won't be able to do something with it. Similarly, I can't like drop arrows, so I'm not going to be able to use a drop prompt from one of these. But I could use it from a weapon. And then lastly, things like the Bow of Light, you can't drop. Same with the Master Sword. So whatever you're trying to entangle from needs to have the prompt active that you want to use. That's going to be the limiting thing. So in my food case, I want to put some cooked food here that's going to have, you know, like a use as an ultimate recipe ingredient. Let's see what's 3 pages to the right from here in terms of materials and drops. Okay, nothing. I can use this. And it looks like shields. The shield tab is a cycle of 3. So I could drop anything in that 3rd page. If I was trying to do this on my 2nd food tab with my current inventory, I would be limited to every cell other than these ones. Right, so I would have the first 12. If it was weapons, I would have the first 19 because I lost one. In my case, I'm on shield, so it's fine. So I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat these. I'm going to eat one more. I need to make room for the ingredients and then one other thing. So we'll go cook the required ingredients. Now you'll recall Ultimate Recipe 1 requires 3 roasted carrots, 1 raw carrot, and frozen hearty salmon. So I happen to have a cooking implement here. I should have some hearty salmon somewhere. There it is. I'll go ahead and drop that. There's my frozen hearty salmon. And then I need carrots. I need 1 carrot. You'll see why. Here we go. Let's roast that. I could also use my flame sword on it, but it's fine. And I actually want this to be to the left for reasons. So I'm going to drop my frozen hearty salmon and pick it up again. So activate this. Oh, and I should mention, from here I can't do right, left, right, because there's no page to the right to snap toward. So I actually need to start from here. Okay. There we go. And now I need to drop the salmon. So we'll get a material prompt entangled. You have to be very careful. If you're on something not stackable, like these potions, or any of that, the regular meals, so anything that doesn't have a ×1 in it, do not attempt to hold it. It will crash your game instantly, so you have to be very cautious of that. In this case, I'm fine. I have experienced 1 crash where it shouldn't have done that, so, you know, be careful, and you just be aware there's a chance of your game crashing at any time. So here's my frozen hearty salmon being held. If I exit the menu, I can drop it, right, and then pick it back up. And I've just reordered these items, which is kind of cool that you can do that. And that might seem inefficient, and it is, but I want to display something. So from here, right, I want to hold these so I can do some cooking. So remember, I need one of these, I need 3 of these, and for some reason I only did 1, and then I need some raw carrots. So, you should probably do this near a cooking pot. Otherwise, you're going to be walking around with a bunch of ingredients in your hands. I like to use this one. It's conveniently located. Then you go over to your... so I will step away from it just so I don't get the, like, automatic material. If you're not aware, if you are next to one of these and you pause, it'll bring up the materials. So let me move away. Renji, you're probably happy you're late because the first almost hour of the stream was basically my internet not liking the world. It was terrible. Yeah, it's terrible when you... So just, you know, be cautious with what you're doing and you should be fine. Anyway, in this case, I'm all set to cook, so I'm going to go over to this page. I want to target my salmon first, because remember, it's pretty easy to move to the left. A little harder to move to the right. Not impossible, but definitely a little bit annoying. You can do that by... Like, so if you activated something to the side here... There, I've got row 4, column... Sorry, row 3, column 3. If I wanted to activate the next one, I just first have to reactivate the row. You can see I've already got 2. But now if I wanted to move the rightmost one to 4, I can't do that because I moved through 3. So that's another limitation you need to be aware of. If I wanted to go from 2... So now I've got 2 active. Same exact thing. Right, so I've got 2 and 5. If I wanted to do 4 from here, it's fine because I'm not going to move through 2 as I create the next slot, right? So the next slot I will move from here to here. That leaves this one intact. There's 2. There's 4. I've got 2. So you can actually activate multiple cells simultaneously. I'm not going to do that for this strategy. Maybe I'll show that in a second. So we activate the row. I need to go over here to have enough space. Row 4 is definitely the most annoying. So if you can get this working, you can get anything working. We'll do column 4. And now I need to go get some equipment. And remember, that was shields. So I'm going to stop 1 shy of shields, because I just happen to know that. Activate. Okay. And if I drop now, it'll get put into a hold box in front of his chest. And because it's in front of his chest, it doesn't prevent me from leaving that tab. And I can hold more if I wanted to. Right? So we're going to make use of that. Now I want to change to column 3. I need to go get a different shield. Go back to the food tab I was on. Right. Now we're going to use X holding. Sorry. I want to use X holding instead of the shield. So I'm going to go activate a different prompt. Okay, you see that frog is highlighted? We'll actualize that. Okay, so now I've got the frog prompt up on this. This also works with dropping. It's just drop holding you have to reactivate each time. Here, and in this mode, you can hold even if you don't have enough. So if I hold... You'd think I can't hold more, but of course I can, because the game doesn't even know that you're doing something with this ingredient. Now I've got these 4 items, right? If I back out of my menu and come back in, it's going to put me back on materials. And because I'm already in X hold mode, like, I can't scroll out of this page. Right? So I'm stuck here. But if I leave and come back, the game's like, oh, well, materials make sense if you're holding, so let's move you over there. At which point I can just quickly go and grab this last raw ingredient. That's why I did it in that order. And I should have left enough space to cook them. So that's just an easy way to get an ultimate meal. Now, if you don't have things lined up like that, you know, you have an item up here, you have an item over here, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You know, activate that. Go over to your equipment. You know, get the prompt. Go back, do a drop hold. Anytime you drop hold, it won't limit you, right? Then you can go back in the menu and do the same thing again. So if you do a drop hold every time, it'll be a little slower, but it'll work. So as long as you have 3 pages of equipment, and all of your ingredients correspond to some gear that you can use to entangle a prompt, you'll be able to cook. It's easy as that. So So you may have noticed I was able to dupe those carrots pretty fast. That works with anything. So, I don't know, let's say you need star fragments for some reason. So you can entangle the star fragment. I've got a thing over that. Then you go to, like, a different material, say, activate it, go back to your star fragment. It doesn't know that there's only one of those. It's not using the count from the other material either. It's just like, I don't know how many there are, so you get as many as you want. Right? And we can do that again. Column 4. Go over here. I don't know what that is, doesn't really matter. Yep. We're gonna do it again. So you can get quite a few of these things this way. I think you can get up to 15 if you're fast. I mean, there's tons of ways. It's effectively transmutation. Yes, drowsy. And it's fast. And remember, if I load my game, I still have access to this constantly. So it's like, it's kind of dumb. I mean, you might be able to do transmutation with this, but it effectively replaces it. I mean, I just made these out of thin air. I didn't need... yeah, like, there's nothing else needed. I just made these out of nothing. I didn't have items, and now I do have items. It's kind of amazing that you can do that. What else? I think I've pretty much covered everything you might want to do. Basically, I just went through in my video and cataloged all the different prompts and what they would do if you use them on anything else, right? So some stuff I didn't cover but did test is if you entangle the travel medallion prompt itself onto something else, you still end up just interacting with the one travel medallion you have. Right? So, activate this. Then we want column 3. Right, so I've got, oh, I'm in the wrong... Okay, I need to do this column instead. Because it's not sorted. So I've got my travel medallion entangled. Right? So you might wonder what happens if I open my travel medallion on a different page. It just places the travel medallion. Right, that's why key items aren't that interesting to you can also entangle a prompt from a champion ability. So here's my Urbosa's Fury Plus. Let's disable this fish. It doesn't even disable the Urbosa's Fury. It just makes the disable or enable not do anything, right? So let's enable. Let's enable the fish. And sure enough, it's still disabled. So from key items doesn't really do anything useful. Other key items don't have prompts, obviously. I don't recall if the boots you get are key items temporarily. If they are, and someone decides to try that, let me know. I'm curious. But I think they're just armor that you can't sell. So that's what the prompts are from here. From food, I can show you, like, the recipe prompt getting entangled onto something else. So remember, I've got Mighty Fried Bananas currently in my cursor. It's still Mighty Fried Bananas. So, entangling from a recipe to see the recipe doesn't do anything. Cancel doesn't do anything interesting, it just closes the prompt. Eat, you've seen, that one works really well on a lot of stuff. It'll destroy the thing in your cursor. If it's already at 1 or 0, it will actually remove the slot, so you can get rid of arrows that way. Materials have a eat prompt as well, and if it's enabled, it is not always, you can use that for the same purpose. Hold allows you to... Well, there's two methods of holding, and they're not the same. So, say I'm holding the Staminoka boss. Actually, let me get something that's below 5. So it's interesting. Yeah, so these beetles. Oh, I need to go... Okay, so I've got the Silent Princess in my cursor. If I were to hit X and A, I could hold this up to 5, even though there's 2. If I instead hit A to open the prompt and hold, I'm normally limited by what's in the slot now. So I can only hold 2 of them. and it also locks me into the tab. So if I did that on food, I'd be locked in. So you want, when you're doing this, you want to not use the A, you use X. X is the one that will let you do more stuff. If you hold on armor, it will reset its die, but not delete it. If you hold on weaponry, it will drop it, like I said. Or you can make a big explosion if you drop up to 10. Just be careful playing around with that. You can also use it to hold arrows to get rid of them, so I can demonstrate that. So here's my arrow. Here's a material. It's even edible. This is perfect. So X, and then you can just mash A. Let's get rid of these arrows. I don't want them anymore. This slot bothers me. This is the fastest way to get rid of your arrows. Blowing them up to get high up in space isn't even as fast. If you time it a little bit better, you can get this even faster. The game can crash sometimes, apparently, but I've never had it happen, so I'm gonna push my luck and just get through the whole stack. You can go all the way to 0, and if you keep going, it'll let you keep going, but nothing's actually gonna happen. It'll stay at 0. I'm just draining arrows. I am absorbing them into my essence. My soul is becoming fiery. So once you get down to 1, you can keep going. It doesn't matter, right? You can get all the way to 0. But from 1 or 0, right? It will... I'll just show. It doesn't actually get rid of the stack if you do this. But what you can do is stop holding, and then if you have a material that's edible, you can eat. And if you don't, you can just go and tangle some food. That will remove the stack from either 1 or 0. And it's really gone. It's not an empty cell. You can't put bows in it. Like, the arrows just don't exist. You can do that to get rid of all your arrows, also to convert to a WMC file. If you hold on weaponry, it just... So, weapons don't do that. What they do is, the first one drops, and then every subsequent one will drop a 0 durability copy of the one you just dropped. So if you do it 10 times, you'll get a loud pop. I guess I will do this. You might want to lower your speakers just for a second. Because this wasn't equipped when I entered the menu, I believe I can drop multiple copies. So we'll just... Right now I've dropped 10 times. 1 will fall and 9 will explode. If I drop 1 more, then it'll cycle out the first one and 10 will explode and I'll end up with nothing. I'll do that. So you can see the bow is gone because 10 destroyed copies came in and exploded. And the first one got overwritten by the 10, yeah. So I don't know why arrows work differently than weapons, but that's just how the game is coded. Oh, you can unequip arrows this way. Which is something I should have used in my last stream, but didn't. So I've got the arrow. Oh, right, but it requires you have something equipped. Right, so I'm going to smuggle this prompt off of the Thunder Helm here. It will allow me to unequip my arrows. Now I can use 0 BLSS, even though I have a bajillion arrows. Okay, so that's the hold prompt. And then, right, so then you get to equipment. Most equipment doesn't have all 3 prompts. You've got equip and cancel on these. You can use the equip to equip weapons. So I can go from, say, this one. Oops. Right, I can equip using the the old shirt. Let's equip whatever's in slot 1 of my weapons page. So I've now equipped a torch in menu, but not in game. And my old shirt is on. And so, like, you can use these for that purpose, either to add or remove, to equip or remove an object. But you have to make it lined up. Like I said, you can use the equip option on arrows, too, to do that, something like that. Okay, let me try this. Yep, okay, and then from here, I can do the same row 4 inputs. So, because I don't have the cells underneath here anymore, it's a little annoying to get to these ice arrows. It's not impossible, though, so we'll just treat this as if it's row 4, right? There, I've activated it. So now that this is activated, I can equip it, but then target something else. So let's actualize it, and then we'll go over here. Looks like we're going to put on the climbing bandana. It's equipped in menu, but not in game. And the inverse should be true of the arrows, except that you can't desync arrows. So when you try to equip something after smuggling off, it won't desync. And then similarly, if you were to smuggle on, right, so let's say I tried to equip it using this climber's bandana. Well, it just, I mean, it equips in menu, but also in game. There's no way to desync that. So arrows are, like, less useful for this than other gear. And then I've already shown you the drop prompt lets you sort of hold without limitations. And equip you can use to do all the same shenanigans that you could do normally with menu overloading. Just quicker and with, like, some flair. There is one unique thing you can do with this, though, that I showed a few minutes ago, but I'll show one more time. Right, so if I were to equip that, so that's equipped in game, but not in menu. And like I said, that means if I break this thing or shoot it, this is just free. There's no durability being cost here. So if you equip all your gear this way, right? We'll unequip that. So let's say I wanted infinite fire sword. And then I want, you know, to use my Hylian shield without having to worry about the durability. Gotta actualize it. And then, now that my equipment is all messy over here, my armor, I'll go toggle that back to normal. There we go. None of these take any durability damage. If I can find something to damage this against. Nope, that doesn't hit. Okay, maybe the tree over here. Oh, I'll just jump. And while we're at it, let's damage the shield. Let's make sure. I'm gonna do it on something hard. There. Shield's not damaged because I don't have it equipped. Bow's not damaged because I don't have it equipped. Sword's not damaged because I don't have it equipped. It's infinite. They will break, and then I can do it again. Right? So let's say I broke this thing. Oh no! It's broken. I can just do it again. There, I got another copy. Just as easy as that. And then I'll put my armor back on. So, it's incredibly useful. I think that pretty much covers everything. The video at noon is going to go over some of this information in a more concise fashion. If you need to reference it, it's got all the inputs. I have chapters set up, so you should be able to use this to figure everything out. Oh, I guess I can show some weird cooking. There's something I haven't covered, which is... Remember, if you try to hold something that doesn't have a model, the game will crash. Some things have models that shouldn't, though. So if I go over here... yeah, let's hold some stuff. So I'm gonna hold a, so I'm gonna hold my glider first. So that's eating. I'm gonna use drop holding just so I can get more stuff. There we go. Okay, here's the paraglider. Yep, and then maybe the slate. Okay. Yep, you can hold that too. What else can I hold? I've already got a copy of the glider. I can hold another copy this way, but I don't want to. Some horse armor, perhaps? Yeah, let's go for this knight's... Actually, I'm gonna do the ancient bridle. Why not? Oops. Row 4 is a little bit annoying to deal with, but it's fine. Okay, looks like column 2. There we go. Excellent. I've got an item there. Wasn't sure I did. Okay, so we can hold this one too. It's very big. You can see it up in my upper left-hand corner. Let's do some armor. So let's do this horse armor. Monster saddle. Nice. Whoops. Okay, let's try that one more time. So, I may as well do the ancient saddle. We'll do this correctly. Ah, that's the problem. Okay. Gotta make sure your alignment's correct. There we go. Looks like it's gonna be a bow. Okay, now I'm holding 2 pieces of armor, a paraglider, and a slate, as you do. And lastly, I'm gonna hold a Korok seed. And I'm going over here to do it with a drop hold. You don't technically need to do that. You can X hold these things. Right, I could hit X and A if I had a material, but I'll just drop hold it. It's a giant coconut for some reason. So I've got 5 key items held. Yep, that makes sense. Some horse armor, big old coconut. Those don't move when you move around, but the paraglider does. You can see I'm holding a paraglider. There's a... You can't really make it up, but there's a slate inside that coconut. But things are weird. Let's cook them. I'm hungry. Yeah, you can do a WMC on Master Mode. It's just a little funny. Shouldn't work. Shouldn't Korok crash the game due to being 2D? It should, but for whatever reason, the developers committed a fatal error where they gave it a coconut model. Let's see what the recipe is for this. Yep, that makes sense. Seems like a good recipe. Lots of recovery hearts. 1. Yeah, it's a very big palm root. So someone suggested I do... 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then, so X holding horse armor. Let's try that. Yes, that makes sense. Let's make some horse armor stew. Delicious. Just as rejuvenating as the last meal. Indistinguishable in all but its recipe. Yeah, you can get some weird stuff. So the thing is, you can cook with these items too. There are 2 methods of doing this. One is very hard. The other one is a little easier but tedious. Maybe I'll cover that next time. But I think if you go to Trial of the Sword and exit, then the next items you hold, for whatever reason, will not attempt to load the 3D model. So, like, you enter and then exit, and then upon exiting, the items won't load the 3D model. So you can hold anything. 5 of anything, once. And then you can do it again next time you enter and exit. But, we're not going to do that. I mean, I guess I have some time. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I want to spend the last hour sort of exploring a little bit more, showing you some more underground stuff. If you drop a key item with a 3D model and quickly pick it up, you can hold air. Yeah, there's a glitch for that. Okay, I'm gonna risk starting up my Discord app again. Hope that doesn't tank my frame rate. I just want to ask. There. By the way, if you haven't been over to my Discord server, like, all this stuff has been documented and talked about for a while now. Over there. So, you know, you can go over there and basically get a really good breakdown on pretty much anything. People are very helpful. There was a recent war related to Lusamine, but for the most part, people are friendly. And they will help you through almost anything. People have a lot of patience over there, and sometimes I'm on there too. Actually, probably more than I should be. Let's see. I'm going to copy, and then let's go back to chat here, and let me just paste this. Yeah, the only difference on Master Mode is that you've got far fewer autosaves, so you do have to do some shenanigans sometimes. Can you show us how to make the ice cream elixir? Yeah, I guess so. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me think about this. Okay, so I can make some ice cream pretty quick. So pick any elixir, right? I've got one IST slot, which should be enough. So we're just gonna eat a bunch of stuff. Actually, let me see if I can do the thing first with the storage. Oh, right. I need to load my main file. Because, you might have remembered, I possibly dropped my Master Sword, and it might be gone forever. So let's get it back. Yeah, you have to use one autosave, so you have to be a little smart about that. Oh, right, so I popped open my Discord. Just a second. Okay, I just sent a message, so hopefully someone will respond to that. Anyway, I've got my Master Sword back. I guess I'll try to make the ice cream in the meantime. So ice cream's pretty easy. Basically, you start by having an elixir in the first slot. So that's a little hard to do normally, but because we have the powers of IST, we can activate this. I'm actually thinking it might be faster if I... What are we doing right now? We're going to try to make some ice cream. So I've got all these key items in my way, so I can make more slots, or I could eat them. I think I'll go make a couple more slots and eat some of them. We'll split the middle. Make about 10 slots, that should be good. You don't need 10 slots by any stretch of the imagination in order to do this. It's just more convenient. So I've already got tons of items. I'm a little rusty with this because I barely need to do this anymore. Oh look, a Master Sword. Throw this right at you, Bruce. No, what am I doing? I've got arrows. I can use arrows. I don't want to be sitting here struggling with arrowless when I don't need to. Also, it's a little faster to do memory overload long term. Now I'm naked. Let's try this again. Sometimes you get in a weird state where you need to... There we go. Alright, so we're gonna hold 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Unequip the bow. Talk to the mans. Hello, Bruce.
Ah. Oh.
I remember when I used to have to do this a lot more. Okay, and now we've got a total of 5. Remember I had 1 from before. So now I can re-equip my bow. Not that one. Oh, these work for this too, so... They're multi-shot bows, just like anybody else. Hello.
Ah. Oh. Ah. Ah.
I've always called it memory overload. I guess it makes more sense to call it menu overloading, because that's the thing you're overloading. Memory storage, I guess I just confuse those sometimes. I'm not doing like a particularly precise setup. Oh. Oh, right, yes. Sorry. So it's okay if I over or under produce a little bit. I've got 9 slots now, so in order to access stuff over here, I would need to eat like 10 of these. That seems like a little bit much still, so I'm gonna generate another round. Maybe 2. Just faster. Hello.
Oh.
I have some stuff to sell again, Bruce. What a surprise. Give me all your money that you have infinite of. And I'll give you all my items that I have infinite of. It's a mutual thing.
Ah.
Yeah, so from now on, if you have Star Tab active and you want to do like a quest,
Ah.
you can just manufacture items from thin air as long as you have one of the thing. Okay, that should be, what, 13 slots? I'll go one more round. Oops.
Oh. Ah.
It's easier to help there. Yeah, the Discord is so much easier because people can interactively chat with you. We've got emoji on there for the D-pad inputs. Maybe I should create some for YouTube here.
Oh.
I've got the whole set of emoji from the entire,
Ah.
from like, for everything on the controller. Even the little sync button, because I'm extra like that. There's my low battery. Okay, so 1 second, I gotta plug in. Okay, we've got, well, I guess I already created those. What is that, 17? 17, something like that? So that's not quite enough to get all the way to the top of the page, but that's okay, I can deal with that. So we're gonna eat some stuff that we, want to get rid of. Chomp. Okay. Oops, I resynced. Let's try sorting. So I've eaten my champion's abilities. I can't actually use them anymore. That deactivates them, which is kind of neat. Let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18. I need to eat some more, so we'll just do some more eating. Eat some poop. I'm gonna overshoot a little bit here, because I can. So that's 15 items left. The champion abilities are going to come back, though. So I guess I'll keep eating. Too fast there, didn't get the prompt. Okay, we're getting closer here. And I want this page, I think. You might ask why I created so many slots if I was just gonna eat everything. That's a good question. Basically, you don't need to anymore. Okay, and then, so from here, 1, 2. I go from here. Okay, that's probably good enough. I'm gonna make an autosave here. Actually, before I make that autosave, so the way you make ice cream is you have to get a elixir over here. Right, so I'd like that to be the last thing that is transferred. So let's count. 5. And these are gonna dupe in this state, which is kind of annoying, but I can live with that. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to eat these, just to be safe. Should be good enough. And then you need something without a recipe as your last thing. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, so I need to transfer. My goal in transferring is to get an elixir in the leftmost slot. Currently. So I guess I'll just load this main file. No, if I load that, I'm going to end up with everything back. So we'll load the file I just made. It is definitely faster than creating offsets for one cycle. But if you need to do multiple passes, you know, making the offset is probably worth it. If you're doing weapon modifier corruption, you obviously need it. So yeah. Yeah, it unsets the ability flag temporarily. If you load again. So I can do it again, right? Reactivated. Because the items got fail-safed into my inventory. You can see that's pretty much all that got loaded back in. And then these duped. Which is fine. They're going to keep duping. You can get rid of these by a corruption, or you can eat them. It just takes a while. It takes 17 minutes. I'm not going to do that on stream. Okay, so I've got an elixir where I need it to be. And now I need to transfer... Right, I've got a 4th stack of food, and you might wonder how the heck that happened. That's because these don't respect the limits. I think if I autosave right now and load, it will transfer this food in, which will cause this food to fail to load. Sorry, not that food. Yeah, let me get an autosave and I'll describe what I'm going to do. I think I might actually be able to just head to town to get the autosave right now. Because I have a protected autosave, it messes with the timing. No. It's been too soon. Do I have a video on how to get the Bow of Light in your main save file? I do, specifically. It works on any save file. It's very quick. People have tested the heck out of it, so... let me see if I can find that for you. 1 second. Just a moment. Your channel. Your content. Your videos. The Bow of Light video has helped a lot of people, so I'm pretty happy with that. Some people have had trouble with it. Can't make something that works for everybody, I guess, but it's pretty close. It's the closest I've been to something like that. Okay, here is the Bow of Light. Alright, right, so I need to... because I've got an autosave now with a elixir in my leftmost slot, that means it's the first food... wait, does it need to be the first food? Hold on. Sorry. I think I did this wrong. Okay, hold on. I need to have the elixir be the last item before the stuff that'll fail. Yes? I'm forgetting how this works. I want an elixir to receive the corruption, so I need it to successfully load in and then stuff afterward to fail. Right. Yes, so... Yes, I need stuff to the right of the elixir. That is the problem. And I now have that. But do I have enough of that? And then these won't fail to load because they're... Actually, that one will fail to load if I eat this one, I think. So let me check this. Okay, I'm currently doing 13-ish slots. Okay, I actually ate the item on accident. That's not good. It's not fatal either, it's just annoying. I have less stuff to work with. 1, 2, 3. Okay. No, I'm counting this wrong. From here, I want to go 2 to the right, and then activate. Yes. Right. There we go. Okay, so 10, and then I think I'm doing 3. So this should copy 3 items over. And because this one doesn't have another stack like it, it should transfer its recipe, which there isn't one, onto one of these, which should delete the recipe of that thing. So I think if I save now and then load, I will get ice cream. Then we can try cooking some invalid stuff. And then I guess we'll do some exploration. I need to wait a little bit longer, I guess, to get an autosave. It's annoying. Memory storage is only really useful for double Lionel spawns now. You can actually do double Lionel spawns even with IST. I don't know the method, but you can do it. Yes, really. Somebody, if you go ask on my Discord server, someone over there will probably be able to tell you how. It's pretty nice. It's like crazy. IST lets you do almost anything. It is insane. Okay, there's my save. Alright, so now I've got an autosave. So I think I have 13 or 17 slots. Shoot, I should probably know. Well, this might not work because I might not have enough to load in. Oh, I think I have 17. 10. 15, 16, 17. So we're going to transfer all this stuff in. And that's going to push some stuff out that we don't want to. So I think the thing to do is to eat a bunch of stuff to prevent that from happening. Right, ideally I want to push 2 items in, and that's it. So I will do that. Yep, I'm going to eat everything but 2. And I'm going to make sure those 2 don't have recipes. Actually, it doesn't matter. Give me a second to eat these, and we'll make ice cream. I haven't done this in a while, so hard to remember all the steps. It's also going to dupe some materials, but that's incidental. Eating 60 food is fun. I do it all the time. Okay, so now it can only transfer 2 food no matter what. I'll get a bunch of other stuff. That's fine. Let's make some ice cream. I don't know if I'll make a tutorial for Lionel duplication. So we got about an hour left in the stream before I jump over to the premiere. I did want to mention I'm going to be going on vacation, so I'll be offline for a little bit. I'm going to be gone probably 2 months. Then I will resume uploads after that. I'm going to be doing like community posts until then. Yep, I'm going to be on vacation. What? Let's see if I got ice cream. I'll make a community post later to announce that. Yep, I got ice cream. Okay. So this was previously whatever elixir was in this slot. And because I transferred in, remember I loaded in 2, yeah, so I loaded in these 2 elixirs. And I think this was the one that I just corrupted. So the one that loaded from the file didn't have space, right? It loaded all the items and then it got to the last 2 and it's like, okay, we'll load the elixir and then it's like, oh, there's another elixir. Okay, well, actually, from the file, it was loading a cooked item, like a stacked food. So the seared steak, it's like, well, okay, I guess I can't load that, but then I still need to copy its cooking data somewhere, and it overwrote the elixir. That's how you do that. Just so have an elixir toward the end of your inventory, then have a thing that doesn't have a recipe on it to the right of it, so it's easiest to do a stackable item. Then you transfer in stuff to push the elixir you want to target to slot 60. Everything else will load in and overlay it with its recipe data. And assuming you don't have another instance of that cookable food already in the inventory or being transferred, it will fail to load and transfer. And you get this if you use one of those items. If you use a regular recipe like an egg tart, you could have an egg tart recipe on this too. You can have a recipe involving only... It is possible to hold elixirs in order to cook an elixir by making an elixir... So you hold 5 elixirs to cook, like, dubious food. Then you transfer that dubious food's recipe onto another elixir, and you have an elixir made of ice cream. So, I'm not going to do that today, but it is a thing that happens. Okay, anyway, now that I've got the elixir cooked, I'm going to attempt to cook something I'm not allowed to. I'm going to load this file a couple times to get rid of my duped Korok seeds, though, because I really don't want them. Yeah, like, you can use IST to transfer stuff in, and then from there you're able to do the same stuff memory storage allowed for before. Hold smuggle, warp to get invisible items, enter tots, warp out. Smuggle, enter tots, exit tots. Hold smuggle, enter tots. Warp out. And hold 5 new things. Alright, we're gonna try this. I think I need to load one more time to get rid of the garbage in my file. Yep. Okay, so there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm gonna get one of these copies. It might be unavoidable. I just like to reduce the number I have. Don't need to get rid of all. Some cruft is acceptable. Holding an elixir does crash, which means you need to use craziness to get it. Like, there's some triple shenanigans to cook an ice cream elixir. Okay, let's see. 4, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, so no matter what I do, I will get 1 copy of this extra. Unless I drop the paraglider. Hold on, I might be able to fix this. We're going to use some advanced trickery here. We'll hold it this way so the game recognizes that I'm holding it. No, that just deleted my hang glider. Well, whatever. It's fine. I don't need it anyway. Also, you can still use it. You can delete the slate that way, too. Alright, so I think I need to do some hold smuggling first. We'll just do some shenanigans here. I'm not creating IST slots, so I'm okay with doing that. Now we're going to go to start the Mastery Trials, or the Trial of the Sword. Okay, yeah, dropping the Master Sword, so you entangle... So first you activate a cell. My video explains all this too. You activate a cell, 3 pages to the right of the Master Sword. That is a material, or 6 or 9, some multiple 3. Then you smuggle that prompt back onto the Master Sword and hold it, and it'll drop it on the ground. Just make sure it's not equipped, or it will fly into the air if you actually want to keep it. So I'll be gone for like 2 months. There might be some videos that I don't think so, but I might post some very small stuff in the meantime. Make sure I'm still hold smuggling. Good. I don't know if this is going to work or crash my game. I'm okay with either. We'll just see what happens. Make sure I'm doing the steps correctly. Hold smuggle, enter tots, exit tots. No, warp out of tots, actually. Beginner trials. Remember, I'm holding 5 items. Enter tots, warp out. Yeah, I'll be posting some updates while I'm there. Okay, so now apparently I just warp out. I'll warp to Korok Forest. We may as well do some cooking here. It's a perfectly good cooking pot. I'm glad the stream eventually resurrected. It's just sad that it took like a whole hour to get there. Save prompt storage, I might not. Alright, so theoretically now, I'm gonna go over to the cooking pot. Right, so I was still hold smuggling when I did Trial of the Sword. Right? So I think the game is in a state right now where if I were to attempt to hold something I really shouldn't, it'll let me. So we will attempt to make let's cook Hestu's gift, I guess. I don't know if this is gonna work though. It might break. Nope, game crashed. I'll play around with this a little bit more later. It's fine. I needed to clear my offset anyway. Rip. There's some method involving Trial of the Sword, similar to that, but not what I just did, that lets you hold something legally, or illegally. It's weird. X and X again on item. At any rate. Let's go back in. I actually think I want to use a different profile for this anyway, because I had one... Which one did I use last week? All right, I'm going to try loading this one first. I have created an infinite stamina food. Yes, last week when we were going underground. I'm going to go show you some more underground stuff. And I would like to have that, because I hate doing Ollie Clip without a bunch of stuff. Should 5 phantom items. Yes. I don't think that crashed because of tots. I think it crashed because I held an item I wasn't allowed to. Like a dummy. I think this one, perhaps? Yeah, there's weird nicknames on there. explain the lore behind it all at some point. Today is not that day. Okay, let's see if this is the right file. I should have some speed food somewhere. I definitely have some speed food, but it's not the speed food I think I need. Let me try loading a different file. It's okay if I don't have it here. I can always go and show the thing I want to on my normal mode file, which has some stamina food. Not a lot, but enough. I can always go cook some. I have enough ingredients. I just have a corrupted stack somewhere. Oh yeah, this is my post. Yeah, so this isn't going to have it because this is after Hyrule has been rescued. So I'm going to try one more profile. And then I'm just going to go to my 100% profiles. I think maybe this one, possibly. Yeah, you know, it's I do have to take some time off. Been putting this off for a while, so. This is not the one I want either. So I'll just load my standard file, which should have enough items. Horsey. Yes. Alright, we can try this one. This one, actually, this one might be it. I might have done it with the file that I had the one-hit obliterator on, so I could mess around with that. I'm not sure. I think maybe I just might have overwritten it. It's very possible I just played on and got rid of it. Yeah, okay, it's fine. We'll load my normal mode 100% file because I need access to stuff. I think I have a couple stamina foods here. I can make more. Let's see, stamina. Okay, I've got one elixir. I'm gonna make a bunch more. Let's get rid of this stuff. Not useful. Who needs all this status food? I think a page should be enough. I'll keep the haste elixir. And it's our favorite cooking pot again. Okay, I don't need a lot of stamina per... Nope, that's not it. I'm trying to remember. I think I need enduring. Yep, I've got too many. Okay, so that's not really making it endure more, so I'll just cook one at a time. Yes. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of cooking here. Yes, if you're a content creator involved with Zelda, you play Breath of the Wild, you're going to have way too many. The profiles are going to be ridiculous. I like when they get up to leave, and then I don't let them, because I'm too busy pausing time. Basically, I'm doing this so I can get my stamina back. I don't know if that Dragon Horn is going to do what you think it does, but I'll do it. I guess I'll use my last one, it's fine. I don't yeah, see, all it did was give it a little extra oomph. Like, versus 5 of those, it's almost the same. Remember, I don't have Star Tab active anymore. So I have to be careful. Theoretically. I barely ever hard save anymore. Like, I already completed everything, so I don't really need to do that. Okay, 4 more should be enough. You just need a little bit of enduring. It'll refill your stamina. That's the main thing. It's stamina food. And I'll eat this. Why not? Only 5 minutes? Nah, we're gonna make something better. Now this is what you use horns for. There you go, 30 minutes of speed food, which should be just enough time to last till the end of the stream. And we'll get one more of these just for good measure. So, last week I failed to get the chest here in town. So I'm gonna go fail to get a different chest this time. This time I am targeting a chest over Mia. This one's pretty much impossible to fail to collect, which is why I'm gonna go for it. I actually had the last one up on an ice block and dropped it last week. That was super awesome and definitely not annoying. Right. There's a bunch of guardians here, frustratingly. This is where I'm headed. I'm also going to, no, I won't turn it on because I'll forget later. That's the wrong direction. It's vaguely the right direction. There we go. If I need to kill anything, I can do that. Let me actually equip some stuff. How did you survive that? There we go. I need to go this way. Now we can watch me fail a wind bomb. I swear I'm usually not that accurate. Okay, this guy is pretty much right under here. I like this area because it's wide and open, so it's not too hard to get the ollie clip. So we'll see if we can get this. No, I don't have them on this file. I have them on my hard mode save. Right, I need to pull the bow out. This is why I got lots of stamina food. Okay, there we go. Alright, we made it. Where is the ledge? There is the ledge. So I'm currently directly above it, but in order to collect the item, I need to be able to get an ice block under it. So we're just gonna go on over here. This is a nice big ledge. Very, very easy to get a travel medallion on. There's our travel medallion. Then I gotta switch over to Cryonis. I'm gonna move my travel medallion probably down here, now that I think about it. If I can. You need to find a flat piece of ground. Flat enough, anyway. Now this is a little bit misleading. I'll explain in a second. Need to get close enough. There we go. Now, it might look like I can just, you know, jump down there, and that'd be fine. If I had moon jump, I might even be able to do something like that. But that water's moving way faster than it looks. It doesn't look like it's moving fast at all, but the water's got a huge current. Just enormous. Definitely don't want to break this thing I'm standing on either. This is a frustrating angle. There we go. What? So just take it slow and easy. The wind is trying to make me fail right now. Okay, there we go. I'd like to get the waterfall over there. There we go. Oh, jeez. Whoa. Not quite sure what happened there. There we go. Yeah, I want to get on this side because it's easier. Okay, good. Yes. See, I'm able to aim much farther down now that I'm around that lip. Now, I know it looks like I'm being extra cautious, and I am. I need to get low enough to put something in the water. Otherwise, I'll get swept away by the current. It's not fatal if that happens, it's just very annoying. Okay, I'm still too high up. Still gonna take this nice and slow. Okay, if I can get one down at the base, that would be great. Still too high. No! Stop doing that. Moonjump is OP for this one. Yes, it is. Because you can just fall down and drop it. Still too high up. I'm basically climbing down the tallest waterfall in-game now. It's just hidden underground, so you can't really see it. I'm being extra cautious because I don't want to F this up after so much time. The diving animation, it's really disorienting down here with all those flashes and stuff. Okay. Now, you might think, oh, we're good. We can just jump in the water and swim. You really can't. It is still moving much faster than it looks. It looks fast, but it's really, really fast. Like, I will be over there in a millisecond. So we're going to place them nice and close. Maybe be careful. Just testing my distance. You'll know when it's still water. Yeah, you see that line over there? That's what I'm aiming for. Like, if you touch the water right now, you're gonna get swept away, and you really don't want that. So you don't want to leave your ice blocks just yet. One more, and then I'm gonna jump over there. You see how there's like a divide between the current here and not current? Right, so now I should be safe. There's like a little bit of a gap between the water there. Okay, now I need to get very, very, very precise. I'm heading here. I don't know if I collected it on this one or not, actually, but I know I got everything on my hard mode save, so... Oh, I overshot it. Oh, there it is. Yep. Here it is. It floats right to you because it's made of wood. Yeah, I can show you how strong it is. Let's open this. What does it have? What secret? A quick shot whale bow, which I can't even take. This one in particular, you can actually fall in the water. If you have your Zora hood, you can equip it and smash the thing open. If you're quick enough, you can grab it before it falls. But it does sink, so you have to be fast. I want to actually check this off my list, so... There we go. Now the chest won't spawn. One more thing I want to show you underground. Oh, right, I want to do the water first. So, let's say you fell in and the current swept you away and you were trying to access... Like, you're like, oh no, I need to swim to my ice block that's over there. Oh, I'm instantly over here. I can't make any progress into that water at all. I see, okay. If it was out of metal, it would be a lot harder. There are chests like that. So you can see if you land in the water here, you will regret it. Unless you have a Cryonis block on that side of that line. And then you're fine. Or if you have the Zora helm, like I said, you can just break it open. Okay, so that's one chest. The other one I showed last week was here. Two. There's two that are really insanely difficult. I'm not going to attempt to do those on stream. One is here at Rossla Lake. There's one in the water here. I think I did get that on this file, though, where you just bang them together. There's another one that's very involved. I have a video or two on that. And then there's another one on the plateau here at the house. But it's only there if you haven't received the warm clothing from the old man. So don't talk to him on Mount Hylia. Don't cook the thing for him, and then there will be a chest here. And if you don't do that, it'll show up on your radar forever. Yeah, that current is nuts. So that's all the chests underground. There's a bunch of underground treasure spots. I alluded to this last week. I'm not sure I'm going to show that, but like there's one here. There's a guardian that is ridiculously hard to get the search spot for. You have to crawl around a lot. But there is one. It's an unused animation, Merlin. I don't know why the Master Sword does that. There's one more thing that is underground that I do want to show, and that's over here. We're going to need to do one more ollie clip. Just one. And I'm using the object map to find some of these things a little bit more easily. I'll put on some clothing to not freeze, I guess. There we go. You know what? Nah. There, I'm smart. Look how smart I am. Okay, I need to remember what the heck these items are called. Give me 1 second. Yes, it's over here. There it is. Okay. Alright, so you might recall when you first get to this tower, there's a giant Ganon eye right here on this pillar. Right, and you break it, and then the pillar collapses. It's like right over there. So there's a Ganon eye here. There's a couple others around here. There's one here. And then there's one sort of like here-ish. Those ones you're probably aware of. Turns out there's also one over here. But he's underground. So he's a little bit hard to see using normal methods. Right. So, according to the object map, there's an eyeball right here. Right here in this mass. You can kind of hear it, but you can't see it. Let's see if we can fix that. I gotta do it from this side, I think, so that I'm landing on flatter ground. Let me try that again. Whoa! I just did a complete cartwheel. I think I had some massive skew. A little too early. This trick's a little tough to get. Oh no, I'm gonna have some weird skew again. Too early. Like, you really need flat ground for this. I remember having some issues finding an area to land on that would work for ollie flip here. That's not what I wanted. Also, like, rocks like this are generally a 3D model, so you kind of don't want to land on them. You want to aim for grass patches. Let me just try it downhill. Something like here. You don't want to get too far away from your target. But sometimes necessity is the mother of invention. A faster drawing bow, I think. It's actually okay if you land heading uphill, just not so much if you land heading downhill. Okay, this angle seems good. Not sure I'm gonna make it under. Nope, okay. Close though. Heading uphill is actually pretty good for this because you get pushed underground faster. Oh, that's surprisingly high. Okay, yeah, I can try a non-slick shield. I just need something that's not going to break instantly, so this guy should do. I think I need to land over this side. There's definitely a timing component that's tough about this. Not sure I'm going to have enough depth. Ah, so close. This is a good angle. That's a good spot to land on right there, I think. Well, I didn't mash it enough there. No, I'm not making any progress underground. That first jump I had was pretty good. But I was not, like, I was facing too far downhill to make it underground. Interesting. What the heck? Already getting messed up by the, wonder if this rock here is, like, interfering. I'm gonna try it over here. I don't remember how close you have to be. Wish I'd remembered exactly where I did the clip. Badly damaged. Interesting. Okay, that was strange. This hillside's not really well suited for this. Okay, this might be enough. Okay, okay, we made it. Underground. Alright, finally. Yes, and I believe I'll be able to get there from here. It's very strange over here. There he is. Okay. Indeed, there is an eyeball here. Let me see if I can get an angle on it. Hello, friend. You won't look at me? There he is. He's trying... Yes, he did an ollie clip. You can kill him. It's just a little bit tough. I find that a bomb usually works pretty well. Not this time, though. Maybe I can just hit him with a sword beam. There we go. Got him. Now, the funny thing is, he's not actually attached to anything. So this is just like a random eyeball underground. And now you, too, can kill it. That didn't get rid of any sludge. It's the only one that doesn't. Ollie clips are frame perfect, yes. We were getting an eyeball that was underground. No, you can do it anywhere. Just Shrine of Resurrection has a specific setup. Ollie clip works on any flat ground. So I went searching a lot to find, like, basically I went on the object map, I trolled around to see what was underground. I'm pretty sure I found everything at this point, except for there's some weapons. So this is where I just killed it. You can see nothing changed. It's not actually tied to any grudge, like the other ones. Hey, who threw that? That's rude. There are a lot of other underground weapons, which I haven't accessed. There's a bunch around, sorry, Hyrule Castle. There's, like, stuff underground here. There's, like, a tree branch over here on the plateau. I've got about 13 minutes. I guess I could go to try to find that. There was a thread about this. I showed last week how to get to space, how to collect the arrow, how to go over the boundary and past it. I showed one underground chest. I didn't get it, but I mean... So now you've seen the other ones. Most of them, anyway. Yeah, I guess I can show you one of the search spots I've been talking about. Because, like, the underground weapons are not too interesting. It's like a tree branch. You can get a tree branch anywhere. The physics engine is weird. Yeah. Alright, so let me do... Which one would be sort of easier? Yeah, let's do the ones... So there's just a bunch over here in the Ash Swamp area. There's like two, right next to each other. I just don't remember if I collected it on this file yet. So in fact, what I will do is I will load a file that I know I haven't, because it would be really lame to do everything required to get this one and then not get it. I'm pretty sure I've gotten some of them on my normal mode file. If you blow up that eye, it will respawn with a blood moon, so it's not like a permanent thing or anything special. I just thought you might find that slightly interesting. So this file here, I have... it's like a setup file that I started over from scratch, so it doesn't have any of the chests. Or anything. Do you think it'd be theoretically possible to somehow set the flag for the old man's cabin doublet chest to spawn? No, I don't think so. I think if you miss that one, you have to write it off. Fortunately, you don't spend too much time on the plateau. Unless you're messing around with stuff. So it's not that big of a deal. When you get all the food for the ultimate meal, so the ingredients, I showed that a little bit earlier in the stream. And I actually show that in my video. So if you stick around for 10 minutes, we're going to pop over to a premiere for my hold prompt entanglement video, and I explain all of that. So I would recommend you do that for the cooking. Okay, I think I need to jump over this. Nope, that's not how to do it. I didn't take any damage somehow. Oh, of course. Cleared it. Okay, so there's a couple here, and they're both super annoying. So I will attempt to get the first one. I will show you the second one. I'm not sure I'll be able to get that one. I'm not sure I'll be able to get this first one, in fact. There are like 19 of these that are underground slightly. So you know when you walk around to these guys, there's like a search prompt? I'll go over to this one to show you. Right, search. Ooh, ancient shaft. Cool. Those are permanent. Once you collect that, it's done. Every single one of these is permanent. So if you really want a max file, you gotta find all these. Works for carts, rubble piles, etc. All of them have one. Some of them have two. There's two of them that have two. One's in Hyrule on the southern pillar, and the other one's on some mountain near the northern labyrinth. This one also has one. It's just, you're not going to get it by standing on the ground. So you climb in from underneath, and you kind of have to be climbing to access it. And it's actually easier to get this one if you start above and then climb down. You have to get his core to point close enough to the item search box to collect it. So you climb up from here. Usually I have the best luck climbing from his ear here. And then, like, from right underneath. And then I can turn around, usually, and climb down. And then you want to point his core inward as much as possible. But if he touches the ground, he'll disengage, which is unfortunate. I have a video about these too. If you really want to be a completionist like me. I'm going to just mash A. Because sometimes it'll come up for a second and then you miss it if you're not fast enough. There's not really a consistent method with most of these. You just gotta kind of hope and pray that your feet end up in the right place so that they don't touch the ground. Oh, that was a weird one. This might actually help if it's slippery. Somehow. Okay, yeah, you see how I'm really low down now? Try this side. I think I'm forgetting. I think... I'm trying to remember exactly how to do this one. I think I actually want to climb down the other way. Like, I want to be on that side. I'm gonna make it not rain. You didn't take damage because of Dark's protection. Oh, that makes sense. Why this armor? It is my favorite armor. It's my trademark. I don't really have a particular reason. I'm just so used to wearing it now.
Hey!
Hi, it's raining. Can you make it stop?
Hi.
Yes. Sure. Let's do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got 6 minutes till the premiere. So I don't know if I'll be able to get either of these.
Oh.
But there is a video that explains all of them on my channel. And it's pretty nice, I think. I'm just gonna see if my video has a section on this. I'm gonna go look it up. I'll even link it in chat here. Impossible treasure spots. I really need a better thumbnail for this. This was before I was taking things seriously enough. Here is the link to impossible treasure spots. It shows how to do ollie clip there too, so you know, good for that. Okay, so let's see. Treasure spots. And then while that's loading, I'll show you the other one, the other spot over here, because there really are two. I wasn't just pretending. The other one's right here. And it's super hard to get to. Let's see here. Rebella West. Yeah, here we go. Fort Titano. Yeah. And then it's the next one. Nope. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this dang thing. Ash Swamp. Yes. Right, so there's one right here, and it's super annoying to get to. Like, see this one underground? You kind of have to, like, walk back and forth here, mashing A. And then every once in a while, Link will just randomly start climbing on the ground here. And if he does that, he'll point down. You might be able to ollie clip underneath it to collect it. I'm not going to do that. But it is definitely possible that would work. There's one over that away that requires climbing. I guess I can show that. Yeah, and this one, you just... Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the one I was trying to show, you want to climb down on the opposite far side. I'll ping this one. So the one I'm talking about is over here at the wall. There's one over here that you have to climb on. So if you find you're not getting one, that's the one. But I want to see if I want to take a couple more minutes to try this one. Pause this. I want it to rip my bitstream. Hello, horsey. Okay, so what you want to do is climb up and then climb down facing the other way. Right, so you want to hit the ear here and then have the climb down prompt when you're facing that direction. So you end up climbing down on that side of the thing. That only happens sometimes. So you're mashing the A button. It's very tough. There we go. Okay, alright. Now, I gotta angle myself properly here. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I want to be on the far right side of the... This ear is in my way on the right side. You see how I'm kind of climbing awkwardly, though? Yep, didn't get it. But that's basically the technique. You climb up here, on this side, and then you climb down on the other side, somehow, magically. There we go. And you kind of really, really carefully climb around here. No, I didn't get it. But that's basically it. If you climb down on this side, if your right leg isn't low like that, you can kind of squish over this way and get it. Anyway, I've got to get going for the stream. Sorry, for the premiere. So I recommend anybody stay through to that because a lot of the stuff you've been wanting to do with prompt entanglement, I've been showing it on these streams, but it's much easier to do when you have you know, a video that you can refer back to. So I hope that that solves a lot of people's issues. You can make the best weapons now. Yeah, that was it for the stream. I don't have a stream planned for next week, and like I said, I'm gonna be gone on vacation for 2 months. So I'll send a community update, but I'll be on Discord if you want to get in touch with me, and I'll come back with some videos after that. All right, everybody, we'll see you over in the premiere. Bye. Thank you, EG. All right, I'll see you guys over there.